Hello, First Southern Baptist Church Camden. Scott Newton-Smith here. I am so excited and delighted to have been invited back. After a number of years, Brother Greg finally woke up, came to his senses, called me and said, Scott, would you come preach revival? You know, I've been there many times in the past. Matter of fact, my first revival that I preached there was in the old building. That was way back. And so now we get to come back together again and have a great time of revival. April 23rd through 26th. So mark down those dates. As a matter of fact, let me give you several admonitions around making this revival successful and effective. Number one, prioritize. Prioritize the dates. Prioritize the time on your calendar. Don't go on vacation. Don't go on spring break. Make sure that you're there. God's going to bless the time, but you can't get the blessing if you're not there. Number two, I want you to promote. Maybe you have access, I'm sure you do, to some social media platform like Facebook or Instagram. Get the word out. Let people know. Send them the link back to the website. Talk about the times. Talk about how exciting it's going to be and invite people to come on those networks. So promote the event. Also, personally invite. Now that's a little different. That's where the people that you see every day, that you personally invite them. The secretary in your office, the person that rides in that work truck with you, the person that lives across the property line from where you live, folks in your neighborhood or your cul-de-sac. Ask them to come and be a part of this revival at First Southern Baptist Camden, okay? And then of course we want to pray. Pray would be my final admonition. Ask God to do something that only God can do. I don't know what's going on in your life. I know God does. God knows intimately what's going on in your life. But what I find is when we begin revival together, we begin to identify where we are, but also where God wants us to be. And that place between where we are and where God wants us to be, I call the gap. And I believe that God intends in those days to close that gap in a significant way. And I believe you're going to get the blessing. But you got to be there, so make sure you prioritize the time. Until then, I will see you, Scott Newton-Smith, in revival very soon. It's going to be exciting. Again, thank you, Brother Greg, for inviting me back, and we're going to have a great time together. See you then. God bless.